Hello and welcome to one of my favourite places in London, Hampstead Heath. Ooh, isn't it pretty? Got a bit bored of reviewing books in my house, so I thought I'd tell you my top books of 2017. These are my favourites. I wouldn't say they're the best, they are the best, but they're my favourite books that I read in 2017. So I thought I'd talk you through those while taking you around the glorious Hampstead Heath. Oh, I didn't see you there. There's a siren. Why is there so much violence in this world? And why is it affecting my art? So the first book is Why I Am No Longer Talking to White People About Race. This year I was trying to read lots more books about this topic just because I'm pretty freaking ignorant about it. And this one was definitely the best one I read. It was really clear. Ironically, she is talking to white people about race, but it's one of those books that I feel like gave me a really good grounding rather than just listening to people go, racism is shit, and I go, yes, definitely sounds shit. It's more of, it kind of talks you through the really basic strategies of persuading other people. And it's a really good thing if you are a white person to kind of read before you start asking your friends who may not be white about race, because I think you should do some of the work on your own, and Reading is given a really good basis for that, and it's just actually really funny as well. I don't know why, but it is, should I say it's funny? I don't know, but it's so well written and so balanced, and not like, you know, it's not doom and gloom. It's like, here are the facts, here's what you can do with them, here's what you should know. So yeah, I highly recommend this. The second book is The Bricks That Built the Houses by Kate Tempest, who is my favourite poet. She's definitely up there as one of my favourite poets. And this is her first novel, and I was so excited to read it. I was just like, ah! And it's definitely been one of the best books I've read this year. I listened to it in audiobook actually, but I have the physical copy as well. And she, like, it's kind of like reading a novel in verse, because everything has this beautiful pace to it, and every sentence has its own rhythm, and it's just such a carefully written book. It's about Harry, who is a drug dealer, and this other girl who is a kind of dancer and also a masseuse. It's all about the gentrification of London, class, how they fall in love. It's got loads of beautiful queer evidence, and I just think it is an incredibly crafted novel, and it's definitely, like, I'm so excited that she might write more, because I think she's an amazing poet, but she can translate that into a novel form, and it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Look at him having a little sleep, taking a break. It's been a hard day for Mr. Heron.
That is very daring. Look at this guy. How does he do it?
There's other guys taking it slow and steady. Fuck.
This is the height of Britishness.
Also, why is he doing the breaststroke?
It's the 28th of December. The next one is Every Woman by Jess Phillips. This is fucking phenomenal. Jess Phillips is MP, and her Twitter feed is hilarious. I really recommend you watching anything she says in Parliament, because it's all really like bullshit and amazing and to the point. And she used to work at a women's charity, so this is her book about taking power, being a woman in Parliament, intersectionality, modern day politics, how she went from working in a women's refuge charity to being an MP, and the journey she took there, and like kind of like her childhood. And it's kind of like not a memoir, it's more of like a manifesto, but it does take you through her life as well, and she's like bloody hilarious. She's one of the, I just laughed out loud so many times while reading this, and I think it is one of the funniest politics books you could read, and super short, so easy. The next one is The Art of Gentle Protest. The Art of Gentle Protest by Sarah Corbett. If you listen to my podcast, you'll already have heard of Sarah Corbett, because she came in there and it was super funny and amazing. This is a book about her journey with craftivism, how not to burn out as an activist, how to be an activist without being an extrovert, and it's so hands-on, it's got so much to do in it, but it also really shares part of her, and it feels really like vulnerable and beautiful, and I just bloody love the craftivist movement, so that's something I've been getting into in 2017. We're dragging our way back up the hill because turns out Hampstead Heath is really windy in December. So the next book I wanted to recommend was Steal Like an Artist. I got the recommendation actually from Ariel Bisset. It's a really short illustrated guide to the inspiration to create again and the fear of trying to make something original and then not making anything at all. It's really funny, it's beautifully illustrated. My favourite thing is this little table in it. There's like good theft versus bad theft. A good theft is there to honour, study, credit, transform and remix, and bad theft is there to degrade, skim, steal from, plagiarise or imitate. So yeah, I was really inspired by this book. I thought it was beautiful, it's really short, and it's kind of all about being boring but also like wanting to create something really interesting based on the people that inspire you and how that's okay. Oh hey! Remember me? Time hop, it's quite a few hours later because I don't know if you could tell, it was getting really windy up there. So me and Craig were like, oh, we should go to a coffee shop and relax. But we ended up going to a charity shop and buying some really good books. And then we went to the coffee shop and we started reading the books. And we walked past this George Michael shrine that we just had to look at. And anyway, we got kind of distracted and then it got really dark. So I've come back home to do the last book for you. The last book is Goodbye Things on Minimalist Living. I have read a few books on minimalism and watched lots of TED Talks, and this is the one that I think is the most straight talking, the one that I'd give to the most amount of people, and the one that I found straightforwardly the most helpful, even though it's kind of like the most extreme one, but it was actually like the most understandable because I feel like this guy believes it and can talk about it in lots of different kinds of ways. I don't know, I just felt like he was the least airy-fairy about it. He's the person that really clicked with me when he was talking about how giving away possessions that you used to love that don't serve you anymore is giving away some of your personas and stripping you back to who you really are, rather than keeping around these things that you're building up about who you are. I really like this quote from him. He says, I always think the grass is greener next door, but the grass itself doesn't care. It's the person who owns the grass who's concerned about it. Sometimes we even use chemicals to dye the green grass so it matches our neighbour's lawn. But at some point that grass is going to turn brown, its natural beauty destroyed because of its needless comparison. He talks about like how it's understandable that somebody would want a big comfortable couch, but then thinking more widely about where you belong and where your home really is. So he's like, the city is our personal floor plan, my living room is a diner in my neighbourhood that has couches that are always comfortable and inviting, not to mention clean and tidy. More eloquent advice than other advice I've had, like discard any possessions that you can't discuss with passion. Like he unpacks the impulse to want new things and why we want them. I just think it's a really phenomenally well thought out book, and I just believe him the most when he talks about it. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like he don't know, talks about like disregarding things as becoming a skill. It's something that you hone in. It's not like this act that you do. It's this way of being able to filter possessions through your life in a more effective way, and like learning that as a skill rather than this like one big purge. He talks about the Japanese earthquake and how that affected his view of minimalism, and it's really, really good. It's just been the most useful one and the one that I've kept around the most because I'm like, I want to reread this again and probably make a more eloquent video on it, lol. But this year is the first year I've read that and it's really made a difference to me, so I had to include it in the list. Anyway, I'm uploading this on New Year's Day, so hopefully you had a really good New Year. Welcome to 2018. Doesn't it look beautiful here? Nothing bad has happened yet. Please tell me in the comments below the best books that you read in 2017, because I'm making up my 2018 TBR list and your books that you recommend could be on it. A quick, unsentimental but slightly soppy message from me is that if you are subscribed to my channel and you've been watching my videos this year, I really genuinely appreciate it. I've had such a good year YouTube wise. I think like I have enjoyed it a lot, and I found a lot of like things to talk about that I genuinely believe in, and I feel like this is the year that I have been the most authentically me. And that's down to like how you guys treat me as well and how you respond to my videos, and like I think my like subscriber ratio to how many people watch my videos is like amazing, and I'm really honoured that you guys keep turning up. You guys have also been my cheerleaders this year. Even if you've left a comment that's like, I like this video, or this video wasn't bad, has really made a difference, especially when I made my Creators for Change video that was all about racism and the British Empire in Britain, and Britain First and the EDL, criticising that. I knew that I was going to get a lot of negative comments in my inbox, and I have got more threats and horrible messages than I ever have in any other year. But just these like amazing little messages that you guys send me, and like nice encouraging things you say, really like are a presence in my inbox. Does that make sense? This year I feel like they've been this real like good waiting that when I log on and I see all these like horrific messages, but I also have a vote of confidence in there, and a vote of like, hi, I watch your videos and I like them. I haven't come here from Reddit, I have come here as a person who wants to watch your videos. Like that's been real saving grace for me in some ways, and I've tried to do that more on other people's videos, because I've realized how much it matters just to leave a comment that's like, good video. It doesn't have to be anything eloquent or anything amazing, it's just like showing your presence there and being like, I turned up here and I had a good time. So yeah, I don't usually do little messages like that, but I just thought I would this year because it's been a particularly cool year for meeting in person a lot more of you guys and chatting to you more in comments and DMs. And I think because of all of the interesting attention I've got because of that one video, your overall reaction to the channel and the input that you give me and you the back and forward that you offer me is really bloody great. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now, but I hope everyone's wrapped up in bed and has tea and the day off work hopefully, and something good to read. 2018, let's have ya. Let's have ya. Let's have ya. Frog snog out.